This could be the video that completely changes your life, because it changed my life, and honestly this is one of the main reasons why I love to have a schedule. In this video I'll share 2 frameworks and 4 tools that I use any given day to stay productive. This goes back to time from my very first job when I joined Wipro, which was my first job. I joined there as a fresher and it was a very regular job. The timing was 9 to 5, but guess what? I did not work for just 9 hours. I had to work for 12 hours, and at the end of the day I used to get exhausted. Then I went back, I sat down in a corner and I think, when many others out there who had experience of 4, 5 years or 6 years, they used to go to job and they reach the office on time, they leave the place on time. But for some reason, I end up working extra 2 to 3 hours every single day, and I used to get exhausted. I used to get overwhelmed with the task, and that did not stop from my very first job. It continued on my second job as well. When I switched the industry, I moved to digital marketing. I joined a digital marketing agency and I was an intern for 6 months. Even there, I was good at whatever. Let me tell you, whichever work was assigned to me, I used to get it finished with complete neatness, done in a very proper manner. But I used to take a lot of time to get the job done, which was a problem. And because of that, if there were 10 tasks, I could only complete 7 to 8 tasks in spite of working for 12 hours. And let me tell you, along with me, there were a few others who joined as a fresher in Wipro, and almost all of us had the same issue. And I'm pretty much sure you would also be having the same issue. When you start off as a fresher, you start working, and for some reason you end up working more. You extend your hours. When you have to leave your office by 7, you end up leaving the office by 9 and 10, and which will affect your personal life as well. Your social life, personal life, your family life, it's all get impacted. And it led me to think about quitting the job and do something of my own. I thought that doing something of my own would be the actual answer to this, so that I will stop getting overwhelmed with the task. And then I started off as a freelancer. I thought that this is the answer. Like, now I can decide if I want to work or not. Even if I want to work, how many hours I want to work, I can decide that. In any day, if I want to work on Sunday, I can do that. If I want to skip on Monday, I can do that. So I thought this is the answer. So I left my job and started off as a freelancer in digital marketing. This is the actual point when I realized that in my previous jobs, I had a manager or my boss who was right there in my head, tell me that this is your timeline, this is when you need to get your job done. So there was a deadline for me. And when I'm the boss, I took myself very liberally. So I got an opportunity to set my deadline. I knew that I can do whenever I want. So as a result, I ended up doing nothing. I ended up neglecting many tasks, and which hampered my productivity, which hampered my revenue I generated. For close to 1.5 years, I struggled with the entire thing. Do you remember back in the school days, we used to have those timetables just above our study table. It used to be there. First period tomorrow, English, second period maths, third period science. Things were easy when we had those. We used to take the timetables a day before that. We used to plan about it. They were mentally preparing us how to schedule the work, how to use the timetable. That's exactly what we had, or we were supposed to do when we are doing job as well, which we did not do just because we did not have any teacher who should be ruling above us. Now when we are adult, we need to take care of that. We need to make ourselves disciplined enough with those timetables. With when you want to go to gym, when you want to wake up, when you want to sleep, when you want to do the work, those needs to be. I know that if you're watching this video, you want to be productive as well. So I have been trying to be productive, or I have been trying to build those kind of timetables in my adult life to avoid those kind of struggles which I had initially. So in the past 4 years, I've been detailing about how to go about it with all the tools. I have experimented with most of the things out there, and try to keep myself productive or stick to a self-disciplined routine. I have built 2 frameworks that has made me realize or how to go about this. So in this video, I'll be sharing exactly that. Now in our adult life, we do not have those kind of timetables, or we do not even have a sheet of paper in which we have scheduled tomorrow what all I will be doing. I remember back in school days, I used to write before the exams 10 days which chapter, when to complete, revision time, all of it was scheduled. Because without that, it is very difficult to keep oneself being productive or stick to have a focus. Before I share all those 4 tools which I use to make myself productive, I want to share the 2 highly efficient framework which I have built, and it's out there. It's basic principle, but which I use to grow my business and to stay productive. The first framework is called time blocking, which I like to call it as focus frame. The idea of focusing on one particular task or specific task for a specific amount of time. It gives it a more productive center angle. The tools that I mostly use for this is Structured, Google Calendar, and RIZE. And the second framework is what I call as task pyramid, in which there is a visual hierarchy. So basically, it not only you have to block your time for a specific task, also you have to prioritize which task needs to be done first. If I have to explain it in a graph, I would say this is the inverted pyramid. It will have 4 sides. This is how it will be. And in the first one, it will be like low priority, then medium priority, then we have high priority, then we have top priority. So this is how the task pyramid would look like. So you need to also follow the 20-80 rule, which is also called as Pareto's principle. So the Pareto principle or 80-20 rule, what it says is that it's very simple. It's that 80% of your work can be done in 20% of your time. So complete that 80% of your task. So that's how you prioritize your task. Block needs to be at 8, which block needs to be at 10 p.m. or which needs to be least prioritized. So this Pareto principle helps you in prioritization of your task. And using that, you'll be able to block your time, which is called as time blocking or focus frame. The way I've been planning my day using these tools, I've been trying to do it for the last 2 weeks and it has been really efficient. So I want to share what all tools I use, how I use them, and what are the purposes of each of them. So let's dive in. So the first tool that I'm going to show you here is that Structure. I discovered it last month. Maybe I've been using it for last 2 months. So this is how it looks. What it does is exactly our timetable, school timetable. So I wake up at 6, then scheduling, all the things. I mean, it may not work exactly like this. I did not wake up at 6, but it was 7 or 8, something like that today. So, I mean, just that you have some idea about what your day will look like, right? So in my Mondays and Tuesdays, on working days, it's much more filled and much more in a detailed way. And this actually shows you some, idea about how my day looked like on a Sunday. So 11:30 to 12:30, I was scheduling the exact same thing. Then I did the scripting for this video. Then I did some Notion refinement. I used Notion for few other tasks as well, which I will show you that. Notion is one of those tools which I use. Then I was doing video editing. Then I did, now as you can see, I'm doing video recording, which is as per the plan. And then there's some marketing thing that I need to do for Halloween Photography, my wedding photography company. Then I need to do some website building project for that. And then few video that I have to watch. That is it. That's all. And here's the next one that I want to show you. As you can see right here on the top corner, RIZE Productivity Coach. This is my second tool. What I usually do with this is that it gives me that time block. If something shows that, I have some task now, YouTube video recording, and this acts as a reminder. As you can see in the top right, this one. So let me click on Start Focus. Okay. When I click on Start Focus, I need to tell what task I'm going to do. I will say that YouTube video recording, and the project is YouTube. Then I call dismiss. Okay. Distracted. If I start using something, let's say YouTube. Okay. If I go on YouTube, and you will see that there will be some, and this RIZE tracks as well. RIZE tracks what are your activities, which all websites you are doing, and it sends you not to get distracted. So that's one of the features that it has, and it's really helpful. Here you go. Getting distracted. So if I say thanks for the reminder, it will again track that out of the 45 minutes block, I was distracted for 10 minutes or maybe 30% of my time. So those are the kind of tracking this particular tool does. And this is absolutely for free. I'm using a free version of it. I've tried using the paid version. It's not that important, but you can work with the, work with the basic one, the free tool, free version of it. This is not a let's say that thanks for the reminder, and I'll go back to my task. Okay, so RIZE is done. Structured was another one, time blocker, and last one I'm going to show you is that of reminders. Okay, let's say that I have a project, I have a client, and the client's name is Mama Earth. Let's say Mama Earth is my client. Apple MacBook has called as reminders. Okay, I schedule my task here, and within one project I will have multiple tasks, right. So this is something called website tracking I need to work on today. Then for UGC testimonial ad I need to create using AI. Then this meta call, it is not for today, it's meant for tomorrow. I'll move it to tomorrow. So basically what it does is that within one time blocker, let's say that their task for one Mama Earth as my client, there will be multiple tasks under it, website tracking, or it could be campaign optimization. I cannot keep on 5 minutes timer for each of it. I will just list down all those Mama Earth ke jo bhi task hai. I just list it out here, and then I'll start working from there. I'll just, once this is done, I'll just click on it. Let's say that I have watched, this is a video that I need to watch. So I'll just click here, and it's done. So this is how it's like a to-do list, reminders, and you can use this as well. So it's, these are the 4-5 tools. And then another one which I use is called Notion. And this is Notion. This is another tool that I use, or software that I use to organize my work. So there are many things out here, scripts, travel, digital marketing scripts and all. My clients, my status on all of it, invoices, all of it is right here. Right here, as you can see, this is my content calendar for YouTube, and this is the one which I'm recording right now, and all of it has what is the time and which format it is, when it will be published, for which platform. So this is how I use Notion as well. Notion is an amazing tool. I have seen a lot of people using it and just learning it. I'm not that used to Notion configurations and how to structure it, but I'm learning it. So I will be most likely be sharing all this as well, because I know that Notion is amazing tool. I just don't know how to use it. So I'm just trying to learn one by one. Definitely once I figure it out completely, then I'll be definitely sharing with you guys as well. And this is how I work. And if you want to see how I structure my room and how I make use of this tiny space for my own advantage, how I structure all of it, then you can check my last video, which is about sales steal, how I make use of Black Friday, Amazon offers to get the best deals for myself and to buy all these productivity items. If you like those kind of videos, then do check it out as well. Thank you for watching this video till the end. I hope you enjoyed this video and it would have helped you to make your productivity much better to another level, improve it. It takes a lot of time. I'm working on it as well. So I'm not saying that I'm at my peak. So I'm working, or I'm building the processes or systems that will help me to optimize my work schedule. And I hope this will help you as well.